NHS staff at London's largest hospital described the fear, trauma and lessons learned from COVID as we approach 5 years on from the first national lockdown.
I used to come in to work one day and it'd be one set of patients, and then the next day it would be all a different set of patients. And it wasn't because they were getting better.
It was really tough, and that, I think, it just shows how the NHS did pull together and did some really amazing things really quickly.
And I'm at the Wall of Hearts, an unofficial COVID memorial to the thousands who died during the pandemic, each one ensuring the memory of a loved one shines brightly.
Also on the programme, the cost of a cut, why hairdressers and beauticians have been protesting outside Parliament, and why Mary, who's 95 today, is celebrating with nothing other than an exercise class. We start tonight looking at the impact the COVID pandemic had on the capital nearly 5 years on since the first lockdown. It changed our lives forever and the effects are still being felt. Now a place of reflection, the National COVID Memorial Wall can be found along the Albert Embankment, and it's where we can join Riz Latif this evening. Riz, over to you.
Thank you. Yes, as we mark, as you say, 5 years since the COVID pandemic, at a time that was of deep uncertainty and navigating the unknown, it's the loss of loved ones that this unofficial memorial wall represents. It stretches half a kilometre along the embankment between Westminster and Vauxhall bridges, with each of the thousands and thousands of hearts a dedication to someone who died during the pandemic with Covid-19 listed on their death certificate.
Police in Thailand say a woman from South London is still missing after a fire on a dive boat near to the island of Koh Tao. 21 other people were rescued, but 26-year-old Alexandra Clark from Lambeth is unaccounted for. The Foreign Office says it's supporting her family. The Court of Appeal has dismissed an attempt by some creditors to block Thames Water from borrowing a further £3 billion. The company argued it needed the money to restructure its debts and encourage new investment. The decision means it can push forward with its plans to avoid a government bailout. A man has pleaded not guilty to causing a public nuisance and trespassing after being accused of scaling Big Ben's clock tower and spending 16 hours perched on a ledge earlier this month. Daniel Day, who's 29 and from Essex, appeared in Westminster Magistrates Court earlier today. And most London boroughs are to increase council tax in the next financial year by the maximum amount allowed. Residents in 28 local authorities and the City of London will see their bills go up by around 4.9%. Wandsworth and Kensington and Chelsea have opted for a smaller increase.
People living in Surrey, where a huge sinkhole appeared, are still unable to return to their homes a month after they were forced to leave. Technical teams have said it could take a year to fix the street in Godstone. Surrey County Council says it's carrying out comprehensive assessments to determine how to stabilise the site. 30 families were evacuated and many are still living in temporary accommodation. And from next month, cyclists using a new tunnel under the River Thames will be able to travel on a dedicated bike bus. It's all part of the Silvertown Tunnel, which opens in April, linking Newham and the Greenwich Peninsula. Transport for London has confirmed the cycle shuttle service will operate every 12 minutes and will be free to use for at least the first year.